Let's talk more about the calorie piece. You quickly mentioned there the hormonal aspect, and classically, you talk about this in your book. People are told when they want to lose weight, cut down on calories and move the body more. So, for people that are coming to this conversation and that's their current paradigm, let's talk about calories and the nuances within that realm.
So, outside the body, a calorie is a calorie. You put a all carb sugar bomb, you find out the calories by burning it, basically, and the calorie is a measure of heat. And then you have protein, for example. Let's say you have the same calories, and that put a whole expert research a generation of scientists kind of to turn off their minds about what caused obesity. They said, well, we know what causes obesity. It's calories, too many calories. And but inside the body, the hormonal effects of these foods are very different. As we've talked all this whole time, the glucose. So if you ate a bag of Skittles, all sugar, a candy food, your blood sugar will go up and insulin will go up. It'll stop the fat burning, and the sugar will be turned to fat if in the context of that day you've had more energy in than you need for the day. Whereas if you had a piece of steak, the same calorie level outside the body, it doesn't raise the blood sugar, it doesn't stop the fat burning. So the metabolic effects are very different. And the confusion comes in, and there were some doctors who wrote books like Calories Don't Matter. And the idea was to get people off of the calorie counting thing, because if you eat lots of carbs and you just reduce calories, you're going to be hungry. And that doesn't work to lose weight while you're hungry. So as a weight loss doctor, we know the fundamental thing we need to do is cut hunger out if we're going to have long-term success. You can do that by diet, by medicine. So calories are, yes, it's, so Gary Taubes is a investigative journalist who wrote several books, very influential for me. Taubes, Taubes. Gary wrote a book called Good Calories, Bad Calories that showed the weak science of the low-fat diet, and it was very helpful for me to come to grips with why is this so different, and why do my colleagues think a certain way. It's because the science wasn't very good, and yet it got perpetuated. Well, Gary was talking once about the calorie issue, and says, well, let's imagine we're outside a restaurant, and you ask me, why is the restaurant crowded? And I say, because more people went in than came out. And you're like, well, yeah, of course, but is it good food? And I say, no, the reason it's crowded is more people went in than came out. And, is it good food? Is it good service? So basically the scientists in the obesity world shut off their minds to the idea, well, people get obese because more calories went in than came out. But why? Why did I couldn't watch the same researchers, same scientists at the meetings I was going to, because it's like anything that came out of these people's mouths was tainted with the idea that they already knew what this solution was, is more calories went in than came out. When practically speaking, I was giving people the Atkins diet, the idea that you eat more fat, and well, that was more calories, and they never even studied it and said it was bad and harmful and bad for you, because of that idea that we solved obesity. We solved the idea of the restaurant being crowded. More people went in than came out. What are you, stupid? It was like Gary ruined me, because I couldn't go to meetings anymore without, well, this is what's supposed to happen when you learn new things and you see old things in a new light. So to count calories, yes, calories matter at the end of the day. The Excel spreadsheet summary of calories that went in have to be less than what you're expending for the day. So if you're not exercising, let's say you're in a wheelchair even because of joint pains, you have to reduce the amount you're eating if you're going to call upon your body to use its own fat to give energy up. Even got to the extreme that David Ludwig, who's a pediatric endocrinologist at Harvard, decided to do a consensus article with the calories in, calories out people, the CICO, and the carbohydrate insulin model people, the CIMers. And there's a paper, a joint paper that basically says, both are right, and hey, can't we just all agree to disagree on a few things? And in there, the term he doesn't use the restaurant of going in and out. He uses the term tautology. Of course, that's classic Dr. Ludwig. Tautology just means it's true. So yeah, if you're obese, more calories went in than came out. Yeah, if the restaurant's full, yeah, more people went in than came out, but it doesn't help you understand why. So then I wondered how he was going to address that, and he said, it's a tautology. It's not very helpful to say that obesity is from more calories.
If you enjoyed that clip, press here for the full episode. I'll see you over there.
I've had people, even if they've been on insulin for 20 years, get off the insulin in as little as 8 weeks. The weight loss happens about 1 to 2 pounds per week. My philosophy is to get it to work the first time.